So this one's a bit different. Instead of me talking about game dev or the game industry, we're going to talk about me and my plans for the year. This might be a bit shorter than other videos, I'm not really sure, but either way it's fine. So this year I have 4 planned projects for release. First project is a tool I've been building that allows you to merge sprite sheets and use various effects to alter those sprite sheets. This project is actually very close to being completed and will likely release before the end of the month. There are still a few features I need to complete, along with documentation, but not much else. Expect full announcement soon. Next, we have my pride and joy, Hand Cannon. I've been silent about this game, because I've been reworking a few things. The major things are an addition of background art, and the addition of mini-bosses on each main level. The mini-boss portion is currently still in development, and will result in a game featuring 10 regular bosses alongside 8 mini-bosses. If you'll be playing the Vita version, there's also an exclusive boss and weapon in New Game Plus, which is a callback to one of my favorite franchises. But we'll talk about that after the release of the game, which leads us to the most important thing about the game, the release date. I'm aiming for an end of June release. I honestly think I should be done with the game before that, but this way it gives me a bit of a runway, just in case something does go wrong. Solo development is unpredictable, so I prefer to give myself some leeway here. In the end, Hand Cannon will probably take you somewhere between 10 to 12 hours to do everything, maybe even a bit more if you die quite a bit. Then we have a side project that I'll just call Top-Down Shooter. I don't want to say much about this project, just know that it can't be released before Hand Cannon, despite technically being closer to being completed. I doubt that I'll release this one until October, just because I want Hand Cannon to breathe and see how it all pans out. This game is a bit smaller in scope, and will likely be beaten in about 2 or 3 hours. However, it's meant to be replayed multiple times as sort of a pick up and play style game. Then lastly, we have what I like to call my winter game. This is a game made in GameMaker Studio, with a much smaller scope, and can probably be beaten in about an hour or 2. This isn't really a serious game, and sort of goes back to my Flash roots. It's a platformer, a bit on the silly side in concept, and will be released for free on itch.io for the Vita, and likely PC. Don't expect anything crazy from this game, just something simple that will likely bring us 30-something-year-olds back to middle school and high school. The game is mostly completed, as I worked on it years ago, and it's just sort of been sitting around. There's still a bit of polish to add, plus I do want to add some bonus levels, but other than that, the game is mostly finished. Now I do have plans to bundle those last 2 games together on a cartridge, but we'll sort of just see how the community actually likes those games, and if there's even any interest for them. I count on nothing working out, and currently my priority is on Hand Cannon, so we'll come back to that towards the end of the year. Some of you may see the timeline of all this and you think, wow, that's really a lot of downtime this year, so I must be working on something special or secret, right? Now, you're technically right. My plan after Hand Cannon's release is to work on those last 2 projects and have them both completed and ready to go well before the end of the summer. From that point, I'll be manufacturing Hand Cannon cartridges as the orders come in, but I'll also be working on my album. Now, I'm unsure how much of this album I'll actually talk about on this channel, as it's more gaming focused. Also, I'm unsure how much of you actually would even want to listen to the album, since it will likely be a bit weird and experimental. However, it will be tied to a game, but we'll talk about that sometime after Hand Cannon's release. I haven't made music in a while, so I'm unsure how long the project will actually take to complete, so I'm just aiming for some time in 2026. I might also do a port or 2 this year, as I've been eyeing a few SDL games that still haven't been ported to the Vita, so I might bring over something that no one is asking for, but that's only if I find the time and the motivation. YouTube-wise will be the same. I'm aiming for weekly uploads, and likely will not upload anything during Christmas or Thanksgiving. You'll likely get some sort of retrospectives after each release for each project, and I hope sometime over the summer give a full breakdown of Hand Cannon. So, as you can see, I have things to do and deadlines to make, so I'm going to get back to work. I just want to thank everyone for sticking with me last year. It was a hard year for me, and I really appreciate all your patience. I hope to deliver to you all, at least one way or another, some sort of project that you enjoy this year. So, like usual, I just want to thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.